Let's continue on with the red cards of the set. So starting off, we're going to do Clan with Jiquuk's Omega Saikamu. This is like the 100th Omega Saikamu that this deck is going to get. It's going to be an Omega Saikamu deck instead of a Clan deck. But starting off, it is a level 8 cost 7 unit with Suppression and deploy, choose one enemy unit, deal 3 damage to it. It is trait Clan and it links with Machu and Nian, AP 6, HP 5. So immediately this has natural suppression, which I think is amazing, honestly. A lot of the suppression units that we have right now have to meet some sort of condition, or it's only on the turn that they're linked, so you don't really get to use much of it. I think suppression is one of the strongest, yet one of the weakest keywords that we have in this game so far. So any natural suppression like this, I'm a fan of. Also, the deploy effect to deal 3 damage to any enemy unit is, I think, amazing. Seems like as the game goes on, I am noticing that there is a clear difference between 2 damage and 3 damage. Like 3 seems to be like that kind of line that we crossed to be like really good, while like 2 is solid, 1 is negligible in certain aspects. Like 3 is that like taking it to the next level, as set precedent by Wing Zero. Other than that, it is a 6/5 with Machu that becomes a 8/6, which isn't bad. And the fact that it's a cost 7 lets you link with Machu on level 8, so on turn 8 if you're going first. Or if you want to use your EX on turn 7, you can link as well and just have a big beat stick that hits. I think it's interesting that also it links with Nian, who is a Xeon pilot. So who knows, maybe there might be some Xeon Neon shenanigans in the future. Moving on though, we do have the Red Gundam, so that is a level 4 cost 2 unit. Deploy, choose one other active friendly clan unit, rest it. If you do, choose one enemy unit with 2 or less AP, deal 2 damage to it. It's a clan trait and it links with a clan trait and it has AP 2, HP 4. So at level 4 cost 2, that's not bad. That seems to be like the generic stat line or cost line for a unit of this caliber. It has a 2 AP, 4 HP, so not amazing, not terrible, it's like definitely a solid unit. The deploy effect is okay, but I mean, honestly, it being a level 4, you can get it off the level 7 Omega Saikamu from the last set and deploy. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may deploy one clan unit card that is level 4 or lower among them. Return the remaining cards randomly to the bottom of your deck. So you get to swarm the field plus hurt the enemy's board. So I think this is a pretty solid unit, actually. Moving on though, from clan to clan adjacent, we have the new Xeon support in this set. So starting that off is going to be the G-Fred, which by the way, I love this thing's design. That sword looks sick, reminds me of Halo. And the alt art I think is pretty dope. But anyways, so G-Fred is going to be a level 6 cost 4 unit. Activate main once per turn, pay 1, exile 1 pilot card from your trash, deal 1 damage to all enemy units. When linked during this turn, this unit may choose an active enemy unit with AP equal to or less than this unit as its attack target. Xeon trait, links with Nian, it is an AP 4, HP 5. So starting from the top, level 6 cost 4, not bad at all. It leaves you 2 resources over it once you summon this, or once you deploy this, my bad. Its effect, the activate main once per turn, pay 1, exile 1 pilot card from your trash, deal 1 damage to all enemy units. I dig it. Like I said though in my blue video, I'm not the biggest fan of exiling just yet. I think there is definite potential there. I just don't think it has reached that potential. But I am also incredibly biased because I come from Yu-Gi-Oh!, which has all the milling and graveyard focused decks and banishing and summoning from banish and all that jazz, so I've seen how it can be, and I don't know if I want to see that here just yet, at least not in set 3. That'll be like maybe if we're lucky, fingers crossed, like a set 15 type thing. I really want this game to take its sweet time. I don't want it to, snowball. But exiling 1 pilot, not bad. I'm not opposed to that, only because in red at least, there's really no way to get your pilot back. It's just purple and Banager. When it's not even Banager, it's his unicorn link. So unless you're running those, you can't really recycle your pilots. So once they're in the trash, they're in the trash, and might as well get 1 more use out of it. And then dealing 1 damage to all enemies, I think is not bad. Especially if you do like a Xeon clan deck, I don't know how that would work. That seems like it'd be really tight. But with all the damage that you're dealing on your units, a blanket 1 damage to everything, and that means everything, not like all range attack where I believe it's only paired units or non-paired units, one of those two. But yeah, no, I think I'm a really big fan of this card. Nian is a Xeon pilot, not a clan pilot, so there's that, and I'll get to her in a minute. But G-Fred on its own, I think it's pretty solid. Following G-Fred, we have G-Fred. So this one is the common one, not the LR. It is a level 4 cost 2 unit burst. If there are 3 or less enemy shields, deploy one rested G-Fred Xeon AP4 HP3 unit token. Xeon trait, links with Nian, AP4 HP2. Alright, so here we got our second unit with burst. Okay, so that makes what? Green and red are the home to level 6 bases and burst units, it seems like. Interesting. I wonder how long that is going to stay exclusive. Because as of right now, what is it? White, blue, nor purple have any level 6 bases. And as of right now, we've introduced burst units to green and red. So, we'll see. So level 4 cost 2, not bad. 4-2, so it looks like it is the inverse of the red Gundam. I don't know if there's any specific reason for that, whether it's lore-wise or if it's just what the game decided to do. But anyways, 4 AP on a level 4 cost 2, not bad at all. The 2 HP though is a little bit of a downer, because it can get close combated, and god, close combat is like the bane of my existence sometimes, man. But other than that, it's a vanilla. The burst effect, if there are 3 or less enemy shields, that's a little iffy, just because, you know, you want to have it burst at later in the game, and burst is really unpredictable. You have zero control over when your burst effects go off. It's just really like at the mercy of the game whenever you get those burst effects off, which I like and don't like. I like to gamble, but I also like to be consistent. But other than that, I mean, the fact that it can kind of summon itself in a sense because it gets you a token, not bad. And it's a token that can't be close combated, nor can it be killed with Sayla's light type gun cannon. It'll survive with one, but it'll survive. So yeah, I think this one's still solid as well. And this, honestly, this low-key kind of reminds me of an Evangelion. Evangelion? Oh god. But here we go, Nian, the pilot of the G-Fred. So level 4 costs 1 pilot, burst, add this card to your hand. When linked, place the top card of your deck into your trash. If you place a Xeon/Clan card with this effect, choose one enemy unit and deal 1 damage to it. Xeon new type trait, AP plus 1, HP plus 2. So I have a love-hate relationship with units that are AP1, with pilots that are AP1, HP2. Just like a lot of the times, I really would prefer that AP2, just to make them a little stronger. I think the HP2 I like in pilots that are meant to be in a defensive deck, like Suletta and Academy. I think that fits a lot. All of those units are pretty HP heavy, plus the additional HP2 from Suletta makes them even fatter, so they can survive a lot, and their effects kind of make up for their attack. Granted, Academy is not that great on its own right now, but I like where they were going with it, and I like that design, so that's why I don't mind the HP2 on Suletta. I don't think her having AP2 would make a big difference. Anyways, so all that to say, I don't know how I feel about Nian's stat line, but I do enjoy her effect. So place the top card of your deck into your trash. If you place a Xeon Clan card with this effect, choose one enemy unit, deal 1 damage to it. So you can play her in a straight Xeon deck, because you're gonna place a Xeon card with that effect into the trash, and then you have some damage, some blanket damage into your Xeon deck, especially with the G-Freds added to it. And then she is a new type, so you can still play like a green-red Xeon with Char and a Turning Point in History, because Char is a new type, she's a new type, Machu's a new type too, if you really wanted to be weird about it. So new types are plentiful and bountiful for that effect for you to draw a card. I think she's solid though. But yeah, like this, so you can play this in a Xeon or a Clan deck, or in a mix of Xeon Clan. That'll be interesting. If someone can come up with that and make that work, I'll definitely want to see that. I'm not going to do it because I have other things I want to focus on, but the idea's there and it sounds fun. But all in all, the Xeon Clan support here that we have, I dig it. I don't think it's anything exceptionally amazing, but I don't think any of it is god awful. I think everything has something to its name. I think it can definitely play in the meta and make a impression. Moving on from Clan and Xeon, we go over to Mafty. So here we got the She Gundam Flight Form. So level 5 cost 4 unit. When linked, deal 1 damage to all enemy units. Mafty trait links with Hathaway Noah, AP4, HP4. So this is, I think, the same stats as the Structure Deck She Gundam. Yeah, so both the She Gundam from the Structure Deck and this one from the set, the level 5s at least, are cost 4 and 4/4. So that's interesting. I will say I do like this one though. I like the one link deal 1 damage to all enemy units. It works very well with Hathaway, who on link can choose a mapped unit to attack a standing unit that has been damaged on your opponent's side of the field. This just facilitates that by dealing 1 damage to all enemy units. So that's dope. I like this one a lot. I'm not sure how I feel about the level 5 cost 4, since that'll be like your only thing you play that turn. If you play that and then link it, that's your 5 resources. But other than that, I think I do enjoy this one a little better than the Structure Deck one, but very solid. Alright, moving on to, we have the Messer Type F02, level 4 cost 3 unit. When paired, choose 1 enemy unit, deal 1 damage to it. The trait Mafty links with the Mafty trait, AP3, HP2. I mean, it's there. I mean, it's another ping unit, so when paired, choose 1 enemy unit, deal 1 damage to it. It's cool that it's just any enemy unit, rested or non-rested, paired or unpaired, you know, whatever level, whatever cost, whatever color, there's no restriction to it, so that's nice. Just a generic ping is really good, especially with the way that Mafty looks like it wants to play, which is damage everything so you can attack into everything. And then it links with the Mafty trait, which we do have a few command pilots, so you're not always using Hathaway, but also if you want to use Hathaway to link with him, you can, and he can attack into something else. But this effect also goes off when paired, not when linked. So whatever other colors or pilots you're throwing into the deck, you can just throw it under that. It can deal damage to something else, and then you can link something that's already there with Hathaway and swing into something that's being an issue, or that will be an issue, you know, because when you choose an active unit, it's kind of preemptive, unless it's in the later game and you're dealing with like Freedom Gundam and Archangel and all that jazz that makes it restand. So I think this is a solid addition. I just don't sound very excited about it because I'm really not, but I like it. Don't get me wrong, I do like it. And speaking of command pilots, we have Infiltrator present, which is a level 3 costs 1 command. Main action, choose 1 friendly Mafty unit. It gets AP plus 3 during this turn. And it is also the pilot Emeralda Zubin. And she gives AP plus 0, HP plus 1. It's alright. I mean, I like that it's an action, so if you know your opponent wants to swing into something, one of your Mafty units rested to you know, get over it, you can throw that on there, give it AP plus 3, and that should be enough for a trade. So it's kind of like with Iron and Blood, just without the ping effect, which is pretty nice, I think, as well. So, well, I mean, in this deck, I want the ping in the purple deck, so that's cool. Honestly, yeah, I dig it, and the fact that it's a pilot as well, it's not bad. And that's gonna do it for the Mafty cards. So there's a lot of like support in this set for red, but not a lot for, you know, specific ones. But we just got the Structure Deck, so it's whatever. But anyways, moving on, we got the Gundam Versago and the Gundam Ashcharon. Level 5 costs 3 unit. During link, this unit gains high maneuver, new UNE trait, and it links with Shaggy Frost and Ulba Frost. And it's AP3, HP5. So it's pretty dope. The level 5 cost 3 isn't bad, and then both the Frost brothers are cost 1s. Shaggy Frost is during link attack, choose 1 of your new UNE units. It gets AP plus 2 during this turn. Ulba is during your turn, when this unit destroys an enemy unit paired with a new type pilot with battle damage, draw 1. Shaggy, I could see something. Ulba, still not the best, but regardless, you know, now they have something else that they could link to. And then high maneuver at level 5 is solid. I think, honestly, the earlier you can get high maneuver out, I think the earlier you can start putting on the pressure. And then if you link it with a Shagia, it gets plus 2 HP, because that's a 1 AP, 2 HP unit. So it's going to be a 7 HP. So good luck getting over that in one swing at level 5. Granted, the 4 AP won't crack a regular shield, not shield base. But at level 5, honestly, at level 4, you have units that are stronger, so you can just dedicate those to crack the base and then just start high maneuvering to the shields. I think this in a vacuum is pretty solid. I just don't see where you could play it currently. But moving on, we have the Daughters Flyer level 3 cost 2 unit. See, deploy 1 rested Daughters new UNE AP0 HP1 unit token, trait new UNE AP2 HP3. No link. I don't know, man. Daughters really want to make tokens work, but I think they're just a little too weak. And then we also have Cyclops team, which I think is doing it much better. But, you know, as a blanket unit, level 3 cost 2, not the worst thing in the world. It's pretty good. And then 2 AP, 3 HP is kind of par for the course for that level. As a standalone unit, I don't think it's that bad. As a Daughters thing, I'll probably dedicate some time to probably maybe try to do something to understand this archetype a little better. But for now, it's meh. And then we got the Valiant level 3 cost 2 unit. While you have a unit token in play, this unit gets AP +1. Trait new UNE, AP2, HP4, no link. So this goes in tandem with the Daughters units because they're all new UNE, and the Daughters units deploy tokens, and this one, while you have a token in play, this unit gets AP +1, but then it's only going to be a 3 AP. So sure, you can break the EX base, or you can just run anything else. So I don't know, man. Not really seeing the vision for the new UNE or the Daughters. But then we move on to their base. We got the Dorothy. Interesting. Burst, deploy this card. Deploy add one of your shields to your hand. Once per turn during your opponent's turn, when one of your units is rested by one of your opponent's effects, choose one enemy unit and deal 1 damage to it. Trait, new UNE, Warship, no link. Obviously, it's the base. And then we got AP0, HP5. You know, I'm not a big fan of effects that have to rely on your opponent. There's really not much, if any, cards running around right now that rest your opponent's units for this base to really capitalize on its effect. I mean, like, save for Amuro, but like that's the only one really that's seeing any meta relevant play right now. Nothing else really comes to mind. Although I will say, the Titans and Jupitrus looks like they want to rest things. So if that gets good, maybe that opens a backdoor for this to get good. But like the effect isn't even that great. You just choose one enemy unit, deal 1 damage to it. If this was a base for Clan or Xeon, I think it'd be better because I don't think you're gonna play this in a Daughters or new UNE deck. I think this will see play in maybe a ping deck with red if rest effects become the meta. But I don't really see that happening anytime soon. Alright, continuing on with the SRA batch of support, we have the Vertigo starting us off with level 5 cost 4 unit. During link, during your turn, while this unit is battling an enemy unit with a destroyed effect, it gains first strike. SRA trait, links with a new type trait, AP4, HP4. See, this is just, it's reliant on your opponent having a unit with a destroyed effect. And like the only one that immediately comes to mind is the 1-year war deck with the Sharzaku 2. Those two. First strike is great, don't get me wrong, but it only gets it on a unit that they want to be destroyed. I don't know, nothing's really coming to mind to be able to justify this card. The new type trait link is dope though. That's nice, I guess. You can link with Amuro or Char. Oh yeah, if you link it with Char, you can get high maneuver. Hold on, we might be cooking with something. No, we're not. The effect is still the same. I mean, high maneuver is dope though. I mean, it has possibilities with the new type trait link, but I don't think it's going to be anything, you know, outworldly amazing. But next up, we have the Patulina, level 7, cost 6 unit. Deploy, deal 3 to all bases. SRA trait, links with Karis, Nautilus, AP5, HP6. The effect seems nice. I think this will really shine in a Battle Royale if we ever get those up and going. I know they're trying to get the 2v2s going, which those are fun. Which I don't get why people are saying that this would be good in 2v2 when it's literally the same as 1v1. You still only have 2 bases at a time. Maybe I'm missing something. But for sure in Battle Royale, because when you're up against 3 other people, yeah man, 3 damage to all bases, that's solid. And then as a unit itself, I mean, it's pretty big. 5-6, that's not bad at all. And if we just continue with Karis Nautilus, he's a 2 AP, 1 HP, so he's gonna make this guy 7/7, which is solid for a level 7. That's not bad. So I mean, I think as a solid link. I don't know where else you would really play it to take advantage of it fully, other than a Battle Royale game, but we'll see. But anyways, talking about the pilot, Karis Nautilus. Level 4 costs 1 pilot, burst, add this card to your hand. While no enemy base is in play, this unit gets AP +1. Trait, SRA, and new type. Okay, another new type. AP2, HP1. So that's solid. So yeah, you link it to that and destroy a base, and it gets another AP. So it'll be 3 AP, HP1. So that's solid. If we learned anything from Wing and Hero, is that extra AP after you meet the conditions is pretty good. Gets things pretty big, pretty fast. But that's gonna do it for SRA. So anyways, we're gonna skip the ZAF because that's like the meat of the red support. Then we're gonna go on to the just generic ones, which don't specify any specific trait, link, or what have you. So here we have Improved Technique, which is level 3, cost 3 command. First, activate this card's main action. Choose one enemy unit that is level 4 or lower, deal 3 damage to it. If there are 2 or more cards with Improved Technique in their card name in your trash, choose one enemy unit instead. So honestly, I think this is solid. It's like a upgraded Close Combat. Close Combat was a level 2 cost 2. This is a level 3 cost 3. I'm not the biggest fan of cards that have the same cost as their level because that's the whole turn. And it's only beneficial, if at all, if you're going first, because you don't really want to use your EX resource that fast. Not at level 3, I don't think. Maybe once you're at level 5 when you can start getting like the big units like Kshatriya, or to use it on a command card. I don't think so. Oh, the burst is dope because it's just activate the main effect, which is awesome. But it's cool that's an action because you can, if you have nothing on level 3, just pass. At that point in the game, unless you're playing against Rush, no one's really attacking yet. So end phase, pay your 3, drop this, destroy some one of the units, and then it's your turn. I am a fan of action cards, like I'm not gonna lie. And then I do like, this is the second card. The other one was a Healthy Curiosity. That says if there are X or more cards with X in their card name in your trash, add this to the effect or change the effect or whatever. So that's not bad. Although I do have one slight plea with Bandai, if you will. Please go over your wording. Like, I get what you're trying to say. Choose one enemy unit instead, so you can choose any enemy unit instead of one that is level 4 or lower. But I feel like that's gonna confuse the masses, I believe, because we've already seen some effects not work the way we've read them or think they work the way they're written, especially with other people coming from other card games. I think if you just made it a little more specific, choose any enemy unit instead of the one enemy unit, I think that would just make it incredibly more clear, because any gets rid of the restriction. Unless I'm reading it wrong. I could be the one reading it wrong and I completely missed the point. But if I'm not, then that is just a please can you just change this a little bit. But other than that, I think this card's pretty good. I like it. And Eliminate Target is an interesting one. It is a level 6 cost 1 command. Main action, choose one pilot paired with an enemy unit that is level 5 or lower, destroy it. It's wild. So yeah, level 6 though, that is pretty high. But it is only a cost 1, so I guess that makes up for it. But by the time you see it, like, the only threat that I can think of is Amuro and a Gundam, but that comes out, honestly, everyone always seems to have Amuro, which is super annoying, but everyone always seems to have it at level 4 when they can summon Gundam, so like by then it's too late, and by level 6 you've probably already gotten rid of the Gundam. I think this comes out a little too late because you could use this to get rid of get rid of Amuro and take away that AP plus 1 parry effect. But I guess you could also do this to snipe a Merida if they don't swing with the Kshatriya first and they swing with something else. You can do this on the attack of something else and then snipe it, so she doesn't get her ping effect on attack. But only if it's in the Kshatriya. If she's in the Unicorn, that's a level 6, I think. Either way, it's higher than a level 5, and this only targets level 5 or lower units. So I think the idea is solid. I just don't see where it could shine right now. And then we got Warped Intent. So let me see, we got a level 4 cost 1 command card. First, add this card to your hand. Main action, during this turn, all units paired with a pilot get AP plus 1. I love the art. I had a girl look at me like that once. Now I'm in therapy. So name tracks. Let's be real. How many times do you have a board full of paired units? Also, am I looking too deep into this? During this turn, all units paired with a pilot get AP plus 2. I don't see the word friendly. I don't see the word your. I also don't see the word enemy or opponent. All I see is all units. So is that a blanket effect for everybody? Like, if that's the case, unless you're trying to play some 4D chess and mind games and give your opponent an AP boost so they can attack into something so that you can do something, I don't know, man. Not really understanding the point of this card, and there are no FAQs for this yet, so at the point of filming, so I don't know if I'm overthinking that. or if it does just give a blanket effect to everybody. And I mean, if you have the board presence and you have all paired units, more power to you. Kind of the generic commands just aren't vibing with me, except for the first one. That one was dope. So Human Karma. I've been hearing a lot of talk about this card within my friend group, but I just don't see it. But anyways, level 3 cost 2 command. Main action. Choose one active friendly unit, rest it. If you do, choose one enemy unit whose level is equal to or lower than the unit rested with this ability. Deal 3 damage to it. So like, don't get me wrong. The idea sounds good. You rest something big, you hit something big. You know, solid. And like I said, we've already gone over my love for 3 damage specifically. It's an action card. Like I said, I love action cards. This has all the makings for a card that I should love. But it's all those effects where it's like, oh, if you have X, rest X, and then do Y. Like, I don't... At the state of the game is in right now, we don't have enough speed to be able to make these effects work, I think, personally. Because I feel like by the time you want to do this, you know, because you have to make a choice. If you summon 2 or 1 thing, you can't link it, so you Human Karma it. That's not bad. But then I think if you have all options available, you would rather attack, which means you can't rest the unit anymore, or you would rather do other things like... I'm gonna say AP a lot in these next few minutes. What I meant to say was one more cost. You know, instead of Human Karma, you can just improve Technique it for 1 more AP. If you don't have that, you know, you could do a close combat instead with the same AP. It deals 1 less damage to it, but there's no restrictions to it. And also, unless you're at level 8 and you're resting like a Zero, an Omega Psychomu, you know, Transamexia, you know, you're still pretty limited on your targets. So there's just too much. There's too much up in the air with this card that just makes me not its biggest fan. Anywho, now on to the favorite of the set. We're moving on to the Zaf support, which finally Zaf is getting some love. Because they've been there. So Providence Gundam, level 7, cost 5 unit. During pair with a Zaft pilot. During your turn, all your Zaft units get AP plus 2. Attack, choose one enemy unit, deal 1 damage to it for each 4 AP this unit has. Damn. Zaft trait, links with Rula Crescent. AP 5, HP 5. So being a 5 cost at level 7 isn't bad. Leaves you with two more resources open. So even if you link with 1, you still have 1 more open. So that's not bad. I think it's great that it increases all your Zaft units by 2 AP, because all of them are running on like that 5 AP threshold. If this unit has 5 AP or more, do X. And their effects are pretty solid. It's just getting up to the 5 AP that's the hard part. So I think this is going to be good. My only issue though is that it is level 7. And it's like, granted, I don't want this to be level 1, you know, like that'd be busted. You're going to immediately start off like just going crazy. You know, I just think this just makes it more of a necessity to run red-white, just so you can block your way up to level 7 and then start going ham with the Zaft half of the deck. But I'm still a fan. I still like it. And then choose one enemy unit, deal 1 damage to it for each 4 AP this unit has. So that's wild. So if you fast forward and move to his pilot, he gives them, I believe it is, yes, he is a 2-1 pilot. So that means Providence Gundam on link is going to be 7-6. So if you pair it, I believe there's one, was it Versailles? That boosts by 1. So that gives it 4 AP, if I'm reading this effect right. So it can deal 2 damage to that 1 enemy unit. And if you want to do that, and then like Buku and, you know, just other shenanigans that you could probably run, other support units, just make this thing big as hell. I think I saw somewhere that someone was playing against this on MSA because they have all the cards available for the new card preview, and someone got hit for 15 damage, bro. That's insane. 1 more and they would have been able to use his effect to deal 4 damage or something. I guess rid of an Ilfrith, and that's saying something. So I think this card has a lot of potential. I vibe with it. So next up we have the Gu-A's commander type. Level 4, cost 4 unit, activate main, support 1. Look at see, more support. During your turn, when this unit is rested by an effect, choose one of your Zaft units. It gets AP plus 2 during this turn. That's insane. So it's trait Zaft, and it links with Roll La Crescent once more. God, my French teacher would be so disappointed in me. AP 4, HP 3. Alright, so let's look at this. Level 4 cost 3, not bad. Natural 4 AP 3 HP, not the worst thing in the world. Actually, that's pretty solid for what it is for a level 4 cost 3. Not bad. Alright, so then for if you're new to the game, which I mean, I'm gonna say all of us still are, we're only in set 3. We've been playing for a year, but like, the game's a baby still. No one's been playing this game for 10 plus years, alright? But anyways, if you're like brand new, support rest this unit. One other friendly unit gets AP plus specified amount during this turn. So this is support 1, so you rest this unit, one of your friendly units gets AP plus 1. Not just Zaf, just any. So you can put support in any deck. But anyways, the reason I'm specified that, 1, so you could know what support is, and B, during your turn when this unit is rested by an effect. Support is an effect that rests that unit. So deploy, activate main, support 1, effect during your turn when this unit is rested by an effect, choose one of your Zaf units, it gets AP plus 2. So when you choose one of your Zaf units with this card, it gains AP plus 3. And a lot of the Zafs start naturally at AP 3 or 2. So this card by itself boosts all the Zaf units to at least AP 5, which makes all the effects go off. So I think this is pretty solid. If you're playing Zaft, I think this card is going to be a must for sure. We got another dual Gundam, Assault Shroud. Level 5, cost 3 unit. While this unit has 5 or more AP, you see what I mean? It may choose an active enemy unit that is level 5 or lower as its attack target. A lot of things that you want to kill are level 5 or lower. It is a Zaft trait. It links with Ezak Jewel, AP 3, HP 4. See? AP 3. So with the Gues, so that brings this guy up to AP 6. Or if you don't even want to go that far, you can just support something that has AP 4, and then use his effect when he's rested by an effect to give this dual Gundam AP plus 2. So boom, you've activated 2 effects. I think the previous support for Zaft was like getting your toes wet, just getting you an idea, giving you a taste. And then this is like, alright, here's the meal. This support right here, like here's the meal. Sit down, dress nicely. You know what you're expecting. This is what you're gonna get. So I'm excited. And then I love anything that can choose active enemy units. I hate when it's used on me, but Wing is my favorite card. Even though Wing is not my favorite series, because I don't have a favorite series, because I've never watched any of them. I love its effect. I just love being able to attack things I shouldn't. Moving on, next up we have the CGUE. Interesting. Level 2 cost 2 unit, Zaft trait, AP2, HP3. No effects, this is a vanilla. 2-2, 2-3. It's pretty good for the early game. That HP3 is gonna do a lot of heavy lifting in like the first few turns. It's not bad. And it's a Zaft trait, so you can, use all the Zaft effects on this guy. Then we have another vanilla Din commander type, level 4, cost 2 unit, Zaft trait, links with Rule Crescent, AP3, 4 HP. Again, not the worst thing in the world. Definitely is decent with that 3 AP, 4 HP is always solid, and then a cost 2 is not that bad. And it links, which is great. Vanillas that can link are good in my book. Alright, here we go, the pilot of the hour. Rue Le Crescent, level 4, cost 1 pilot, burst, add this card to your hand. When linked, choose one Zaft base card from your trash, add it to your hand. Alright, that's dope. Zaft trait, AP plus 2, HP plus 1. Okay, so this lets you get back bases. So prior to this, I believe we only have... There's one more thing that... Oh, it's a new sign. Yeah, in burst effect, grab a UHE, whatever. You grab Argama, basically, from the trash. So that's cool. That's all, and it's level 4, cost 1, pretty generic for a pilot, And yeah, it just gives plus 2, which is dope. Yeah, solid. Here we got Jachin Do. Jachin Do? Deploy this card, deploy add one of your shields to your hand, then choose one friendly Zaft unit. It gets AP plus 3 during this turn. Trait is Zaft Stronghold, and then HP 6. So here is the other HP 6 base for Red. It is a level 6 base, just like Peace Million. So off the bat, it sounds great, right? Choose one friendly Zaft unit, it gets AP plus 3. But the way it's worded, add one of your shields to your hand, then choose one friendly Zaft unit. So it's basically a during this turn. So it's just a on deploy effect. So after the initial deployment, it just becomes a vanilla HP 6. But a lot of times, just that initial AP plus 3 can be more than enough to turn the tide in a game, especially in a deck like Zaft, whose effects activate while having more than 5 AP. So not only are you making something big as hell, you're also potentially getting off a tide turning effect. So while I would like this to be a little more like Versailles, like just rest it, give one unit AP plus whatever, I think this is what it needs to be, so that it's not extremely busted. Yeah, and it's gonna do it for all the red support. So you got a pretty solid lineup for red. This time around we have Clan, we have Mafty, we have new UNE, we have SRA. Do I think those two will make a big difference in the game / meta? No, not really, but they're there. And we have Zaft, the meat of the support, and Xeon. And then plus a few just generic support that you can throw into anything. It's pretty solid. I'm really excited for Zaft. I'm really excited for Mafty and the Clan / Xeon. So I think those are going to be fun to see. Even if I don't play them, it'll be fun to see them out in the wild. Hopefully someone can do something interesting with them. But yeah, other than that, this was my red thoughts on this set. Thank you to the 5 to 15 people that are watching these videos for now. Appreciate you. And yeah, you'll see me next time.